Obviously, I think it's super important that we're noticed to enhance safety while providing platinum customer service. So our public safety ambassador role is obviously safety and customer service, being an ambassador, a good ambassador, someone of goodwill out there that we can be very helpful to the customer base that's out there. And the noticeability, we strive to be noted by 3 groups: for the passengers, contractors, bus operators. Potential passengers is super important. I think we've done a great job out there interacting with bus operators. It heightens their safety sense. Customers see us. I've had many conversations with customers on the units that, hey, we're so happy to see you. Very positive feedback. That presence out there is being seen, and on a very positive note. When you feel safe, you're going to use the system more. And you're going to feel good about it. Not just that, you're going to have conversations of, boy, I rode CapMetro today. What a great system. They're really stepping up their security. People are friendly, they're nice, they're polite, and that means a lot. So.
Downtown station, our sleepers back there. We found a lot of cardboard. We also had a couple of referrals that went out to Holly and Carlos when I rode around with Patrick and the CIs. He's a vet. He goes by, his name is. He actually assisted me with a call that I got dispatched to. The lady happens to be a person that the CIs are already working with. She's a Hispanic, older female. She couldn't understand what we were trying to tell her. But she then understood because he also intervened, and he's like, hey, like, they're just telling us we need to get off the bus stop.
As an operator, I used to pick him up all the time, and I talked to him. I said, hey, Marine, how you doing? And he lit up.
Yeah.
He was a former Marine,
He
had his card, showed that. So, you know, I like him. I've had several conversations with him as an operator. Even he made a comment, boy, you're super polite, really nice. And that was nice to hear that, obviously. And, you know, you want to, again, treat people with respect. People go through hard times, but we're not out here to strong arm or cause anyone any heartache. They know, you know, we have a job to do to make sure that these bus stops are clear for our customers and that they're clean and they can be, you know, people that need to ride our system can safely sit there and ride the system, and that's paramount. So,
if no one has anything else, then please be careful out there. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right.
very good. Have a safe, great day.
Yep. Happy Friday for you.
Yeah.
Just like here, we had one Lexus that's been here when we first started out conducting patrol, and I noticed it. And then one day, after a week, we finally reported it into dispatch, and come to find out the vehicle was stolen and had been sitting there for a week. And so, if the vehicle is sitting there for a while, then we will report it if it's in the same location, you know, the whole time. Each stop has one daily activity report. Once we get that done and the property is checked out and everything, then we'll submit our report to operations, and they can read it and see what's all going on at each transit center and bus stop that we have. And if we have any issues, we do have facilities to support the issues too. So that's what we'll be doing.
Yes, so as you can see, everything looks pretty well here at Howard Station. All the cameras seems to be functioning, and all the kiosks and the screens that let the customers know what time the train is expected to arrive. When me and Tom works together, people have referred us to Batman and Robin, but we're still yet to figure out who's Robin, because you know I'm Batman. Okay, we're here at the lovely, beautiful Tech Ridge.
Our primary goal is de-escalation, customer engagement. You know, we want to build a rapport with our operators, our staff, our visitors, and our customers. Our job is to make sure the operators do what they do best, transport people from point A to point B. So anything we can do to ensure that they can do that, it's a good day.
First and foremost, greet the individual. Someone wants to be acknowledged. Any person. It's just good morning, good afternoon, how are you?
Let them know that CapMetro does not allow them to sleep, loiter, drink, smoke on any of our properties. So we try to let them know in a good way. Try to give them options to go maybe in a different area, but they can't do it on CapMetro's property. Good morning, Mr.
How are you?
You doing okay this morning? All right, we got to get you up. I know it's a little chilly, so I need you at least to sit up on the bench for me, okay? I'm going to go over here and talk to this other gentleman, and we'll come back. Thank you. And we have a gentleman at Tech Ridge. We're going to see if he's here. He sleeps here every night. Mm-hmm. If he sees us coming, he'll pack up and get on the bus and ride the bus all day.
Causes no trouble.
None. And he has a little spot here at Tech Ridge, so we're going to go out here before we get on the bus and see if he's here. We want respect, so we try to give respect back. We do give respect back. You got to take the beer off the bus stop, sir. Okay, thank you.
You have a lot of families that are actually trying to use our services, especially like Rumberg and Lamar. You'll have your usual regulars that like to just sit there and chill, as they call it, but you can look over to your right where there's waiting, like these families just waiting. There, a mother and her 2 children that are constantly always waiting. They're trying to take the bus, and a lot of the times they don't provide an inviting atmosphere for them. So it's kind of, one of those where you can try to like talk to them and tell them like, hey, look at that family over there. Like, they're trying to sit down. You guys are not inviting the area like for them to sit on the benches. Like, I want to see that family sit down. I want to be able to see them enjoy riding the system. A lot of kids find it fascinating to take the train, take the bus, anywhere. So it's like kind of sad that they can't just do that. They can't enjoy that ride because other people just want to treat it as a hangout spot.
The more the merrier for us out here, man. This hasn't been around in about 26 years, so this is something new, and I think it's positive, straight up positive for us. So we'll see.
Some of the operators are my friends from, back in the day when I was a driver, so I just consider them all family. If an operator gets sick and I'm on the bus, I still have my CDLs. I could get on the bus and move the bus if I need to. But yeah, now they're starting to realize, oh, she's not a supervisor anymore. She's a public safety ambassador. But I'm still here to help, and I let them know. When I get on your bus, you're the captain of that ship. If you need our help, we're here for you.
I don't want to ruin my opportunity of getting hired. I saw he had all the plan and stuff. I'm like, I'm not going to tell. Don't say it. I want to.
Morning, everyone. Can you get your ticket ready, please?
We ride the system. You'll see these ambassadors out there on the system, on the rail, in a very positive light, helping, again, platinum customer service is what we're all about, and safety. And we want to enhance safety and make people feel really great about riding our great transit system.
Coming with my equipment. This is my two-way radio that I communicate with dispatch, communicate with my other officers about anything that's, that may be going on. I have my gloves that I put on to protect myself. And then also we have a flashlight that we use. This way, if anything, look for anything, we have flashlights. When I first came, being a safety ambassador on the train, I was told to be here at the station just in case people need information. When I found out the information was beyond my scope of just telling them how to get to a destination, I realized when I went home, I had to find out what was going on around Austin because people had children, wanted to know where can they take their kids. So I learned about the park, 1000 Barton Spring. There's a park there where the kids do music and gardening and everything like that. And, and I had to also learn about the information center, the Austin Information Center, the convention center, what was going on in the convention center. So it was a lot of information we had to go home and research.
Approximately 90% of the calls that law enforcement takes are really not law enforcement related. So if we can get our ambassadors to go out there and build that rapport with people and de-escalate a situation and the ambassador's safe, the person they're dealing with is safe, I want to see our community, thrive. And I want Austin to be to be known as the safest city in Texas, well, in the country.